My name is Paul Scheer, and I feel optimistic about being Conan O'Brien's friend.
Well, I hate to break it to you, buddy.
Oh, no, I knew it. I knew it.
To crush your optimism. But this is all for tax purposes.
All right,
you understand that? Hey there. Welcome to Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend. Joined as always by Sona and Matt.
Hi.
Nice to see you both.
Yeah.
And we have a little bit of a follow-up we need to do today because our audio genius, Eduardo, was invited to speak at a career day. Is this right?
That's right.
Why don't you tell us, Eduardo, fill us in case anyone missed the last episode where you set the table.
No problem. So just to refresh the audience, I got invited by my cousin, who's a teacher at Alta Loma High School, Mr. Moreno, to speak to their students as part of a career day.
To tell them what you do.
To tell them what I do.
And to refresh, we talked a little bit about, well, these are high school students.
Yeah.
None of us have any confidence that they will know anything about this podcast. And so there was a concern that you would get up and say, okay, I work on this podcast, Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend, and you'd just get blank faces, which would be totally appropriate and also make me feel better about the country.
Yes.
If young people didn't know us. So what happened?
So as you mentioned, I was terrified going into it, but thanks to you guys, everyone here participated and gave me some pointers. So I decided that night that we had this discussion to put together like a 5-minute sizzle reel.
Yeah, we thought maybe a sizzle reel would be good where you're showing them people, us with people they may like.
Exactly. So I did that and I showed up and I got to speak to 3 total classes, about 25 students each. A total of 80 students, I think is what I counted. And I kept track for you because I wanted to report back as to who may be aware of your work. It was a total of 7 students.
7 out of how many?
80.
Okay. You know what? I
just
said
do the percentage on that.
Yeah.
A little less than
See what it is?
10%.
Who am I kidding? I don't know how
It's
to
a little less than
calculate
10%.
Okay, it's a little less than 10%. Well, listen, these are high school students.
Right.
Yeah.
And they probably know, Tate McRae.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
And unless I'm the first one to tell you, I'm no Tate McRae.
I'm the first one to ask, who's Tate McRae?
She's a big, huge star right
Okay.
now.
All right.
I'm no
That checks out.
Sabrina Carpenter, and I'm no Dua Lipa. I'm also no, ASAP Rocky, ASAP Rocky, I like to spell it out, ASAP.
I know, but it's weird when you do that.
I know. So I get it.
Right.
Now, am I wounded? Yes.
I'll just say that I gained a newfound appreciation and respect for high school teachers.
Yeah.
That's a tough gig. So shout out to all of them. They're doing good work.
Yeah.
And I also weirdly got an appreciation for people like you who get to stand in front of crowds. Because at one point, I ran out of all my material and I was like, should I start juggling here?
Yeah.
What do I do here?
Yeah.
But no, it was great. It was a pleasant experience.
Which clips did you show them that they responded to? What stars would they know that we've talked to?
So I picked, as you guys had suggested, I picked Ryan Reynolds. I picked Io Debris. I did Billie Eilish.
Yep.
And then I showed some of your hot ones footage.
Was that just met with horror?
It got laughs.
Okay.
It got laughs. And then a little brief opening of the Oscars.
Okay.
Not the Demi Moore part.
Yeah.
But you just coming out.
It was
to the
Billy
Oscars.
Crystal hosting.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
I love that.
Yeah.
And this is a show called The Oscars. This is Billy Crystal. He did it the correct way. It's great that you did that.
I want to say 6 or 7 kids raise their hand, but I bet more know who you are and are just no. You're shaking
What?
your head.
No. Oh,
you
no.
were shaking your head. No, they don't.
No, that was between you and me.
Oh, okay. I think a lot more kids know of you. I think there's this nervousness about being like, I know him.
I made the mistake that because my cousin was taking roll, these aren't normally his students. These were people who were assigned to his classroom to see whoever was speaking that day. One person had the last name O'Brien, and I confidently was like, you might know who he is. And she just looked at me like, who are you talking about, bro?
Wait, tell him about the one guy.
Okay, so yeah. So
that was
the part,
daughter.
The part that I was buried, I guess I buried the lead. The sweetest part was at the very end, one of the students that had raised their hands when asked if they knew who you were came up to me at the very end. He's like, "Hey, can I just say I'm actually a really huge fan of Conan O'Brien."
Oh, that's nice.
He says he watched a lot of your clips for late night, and he had a piece of paper, like notebook paper, in his hand. And he started to proceed to ask me, like, is there any way he could maybe, and he started gesturing like that you would sign something for him. And I said, do me a favor. Can you write your name on the piece of paper, which I brought with me.
Shout out.
His name's Kane. I can't.
Kane.
Yes, I
what
can't
a cool name.
use his last name, but here's the piece of paper.
Kane B from Alta Loma High School.
Yes.
So I love this kid.
Yeah, he was a fan. He was very sweet, very sincere, and so I thought that was cool.
Well, Kane, listen, I love that you like our nonsense, and you truly are one of 100. You're a 1 in 100 person, we'll figure out something to send him.
I think he wants you to sign that.
Oh, wants me to sign this?
He literally gave me that paper, thinking like if he could just sign this. And I was like, "We'll hook you up, Kane."
Yeah, well, maybe we could get him more than that.
For sure.
Sweet.
Well, let's see if we can elevate this for Kane. What are we talking about here? What can we get him? A car?
Yeah. Oh, what?
We can't get him a car.
Okay.
But
T-shirt.
Yeah, we also have, when we put in the electrical stuff here, there's a lot of ducting that's left over.
He's back on ducting. Oh my God.
We could sign some ducting.
Yeah.
Okay, Kane, you heard it here.
But I mean,
Kane, you know the metal sheaths that go around electrical cables? I'll get you a section of that. I'll sign it to you. No, we have some swag. We can sign some swag for him.
yeah. I think this shows that we're all really desperate to have high school students think we're cool. Right?
Yes.
Isn't that what it is? I think they're the scariest audience you can possibly have.
I don't even try with high school kids.
Yeah.
I would not try. Yeah. I would flee the area. But if someone like Kane is out there, we'll make them happy.
Yeah.
And they were great, by the way. Like all the students were engaged. I set up a little mini podcast setup where they can come speak on mic and act as a producer and stuff like that.
I have to say, I'm glad you did this, because anytime in my life I run across a teacher, I just tell them I'm awed. Yeah. I'm in awe of teachers. I just think it's the greatest profession, and I do think we have our priorities way out of whack in this country, insanely, because they are essential. They're just amazing, incredible people, and they change lives. And so, I shout out to your teacher friend. What's the name?
My cousin Angel Moreno, Mr. Moreno.
Yeah, it's Moreno.
Yes.
God.
Wow.
Oh. Yeah, incredible.
Point you to the rap sign.
Yeah. It's a rap.
Okay.
All right. Well, cool. My guest today hosts the podcast How Did This Get Made and Unspooled. He also has a YouTube web series titled Dark Web. He is a lovely fellow, very funny, and I'm so glad that he could make time for us. Paul Scheer, welcome. So great that you're here. I love talking to you, and we realized we haven't talked to you in a long time. There's much to discuss.
Absolutely.
And I'm just trying to remember, because you would do bits on my show back in the day. What was our first encounter? Do you remember? I'm trying to remember, because it was a chaotic time.
Well, so
girls were tearing my clothes off.
Okay.
Tearing your clothes on.
Yeah. I know.
Giving you scarves and hats.
Screaming women used to charge me and clothe me more. Because they said, they couldn't handle it. They're like, it's not good.
It was really exciting to come on the show, because it was my first real foray into real professional acting. I had to join the
that can't be true.
It was, because
we could not have been your first professional experience.
I was doing shows at midnight called Robot TV, which is an improvised show by robots for robots.
Yes,
so,
yes.
So this was a giant step up. This was a huge leap for me.
And even robots wouldn't watch it.
No, it's going to be big in a couple of years.
We walked audiences so much. We had a guy on bass guitar playing music that was not pleasant to hear.
Yes.
Someone operating a slide projector, and we did the show at midnight. So people were leaving in droves. But getting
where are you going?
And that's by the way,
this is my living.
And that's how we all talked. We thought that would be great to have everyone just talking like, I am here. And we worshiped our God, Landau, like, Landau.
I just love a robot being upset that people I have slots to fill, slots to feed.
So getting to go on your show was a giant, big deal. And a lot of the times it was in these bigger pieces. So I was just talking about this the other day. There was a bit, and I don't remember the conceit, but it was like, summer's over, so it's the return of the beach apes. And so we all
sounds. First of all, I have no memory, but it sounds exactly right. Us picking something that's completely. There's a fragment there which is summer's over.
Right.
Now, most shows would have said summer's over, so we're going to do a bit about dressing for fall. No, that means the arrival of beach apes.
It was like the apes had let the beach be open to humans during the summertime, and now we are back. So we all got
apes don't hang out at the beach.
We all got dressed up in these, ape gorilla costumes, and they had probably a couple good ones.
Your
but
response
like 20.
shows me it's so clear how this got greenlit.
I know.
I'm the guy that said that sounds right. Also, if anything had an ape in it, I was immediately yes.
You have to do ape bits.
We had one character which was, they said, of course, in Planet of the Apes,
right?
You saw apes rode horseback.
Yeah.
Behold, a horse riding ape back. And a horse came out on an ape's back. Anyway, but go continue. I want to hear about these apes. Your costume was not primo.
Well, look, whenever you're in a situation where you have 20 apes, the quality is going to go downhill really quickly.
There's always three good. It's like in a zombie film. The zombies that are closest to camera got the most time in the chair. Yeah. And zombies, if a horde is charging, the ones that are way in the back, they just picked people with eczema. They just, they didn't even put any.
We look like sick dogs, splotchy patches of fur ripped off. And we had to put on the feet. And if these ape costumes, they're these big feet. Yeah. And they drove us out to Jones Beach and they're like, get over this sand dune.
Is it on location?
Yeah.
Sure.
We drove out. We drove 45
come on,
minutes.
Man.
Sorry.
We were a real show.
Yeah, this is network.
We got to get to the beach.
And so we all hid behind this sand dune, all 20 of us. And then someone yelled action. And then in these costumes, in the sun with these big feet, we're trying to run up sand dunes to run at camera. The beach apes are coming back. And that was it. The bit was just we ran up a sand dune.
Right.
People were falling all over each other because we didn't know how to work the feet. And it was a bit that was just the beach apes are back. Over the hill with Congo music, bum, 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 bum. And that was it.
And your face wasn't even on camera.
Oh God, no. No, I mean, majority of the bits I did, my face I was covered. I was in whale costumes. It was great though. It was the best gig.
This is an upgrade from the robot show?
100%.
Oh, okay.
Well, I was getting paid. At least I was getting paid for that.
The robots were watching at home and seeing Paul on late night and going, he's doing well.
Everybody
he's come up in the world.
Robots, apes, cowboys. That's the hierarchy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I would go home and I'd have a tape of all my Conan bits and then show my parents. I'm like, look, I'm on TV. I'm that ape. You see the one in the back with the patchy
Are you an ape? Are you an ape again?
Well, at least he's not doing the robot show anymore.
Yeah, that was really just getting to hang out with everybody in that hallway because we'd be hanging out in the hallway. We'd wait. We'd either go somewhere. I mean, the grossest thing I ever did for your show was a desk drive piece, right? Yeah. So the desk would drive around.
I would say it's time to take the desk out for a ride. It's a beautiful day.
Yeah.
Andy would slide over next to me, and then using very primitive rear screen projection, I would, put a steering wheel on the desk and drive it around. And they actually, because the bit was popular, they made it a ride.
What?
At the NBC Experience store, where you could sit behind a desk and ride with Conan. And I've met people over the years that have said to me, now they're in their 30s, but they were like, when I was 8, and it was I was with my parents in Rockefeller Center, and I took a ride with you. Oh. Remember? No, I wasn't there. I mean, you shook the hand of the fake robot at Disneyland, and then asked Reagan, does he remember?
We did a desk drive piece where you were driving through the meatpacking district before the meatpacking district was a fancy, cool place. It was when it was a meatpacking district.
Yep.
Disgusting. And we were Hare Krishnas.
Yep.
So again, I was in like, a very small, just practically naked. And, my body is not a sight to be seen unclothed. It's and especially back then, it was even worse. And I had a bald cap on, and you said, "Oh, look, there's Hare Krishnas," and then you ran us over.
Yeah.
So then, when you ran us over, we had to,
having fun with a hate crime. You know what it is. These people are different than me. And cue applause.
As we did it, they're like, "Okay, now you guys have to lay down on the ground in the meatpacking district," which at the time smelled like blood, and it was disgusting. And I remember just being on the ground, looking at the other people, and being like, how much longer do we have to be down? Because it smelled, and we're like, no, I think we got to keep it going longer. So we were down on that ground for such a long time. And I remember it was one of the only times where I couldn't get that smell off because I was pretty much naked, laying in like, blood meat, and it was like a viscera that was just out in the street. And I just remember like all of us coming home again in a van, smelling disgusting.
It was,
but I wouldn't have missed it for the world because it was you're working. And I will say that like the best moment of all time was when Kirk Douglas came on the show.
Yes.
He walked down the hall.
And he had had a stroke.
But
he came out. It was amazing.
He walked down this hallway and he grabbed my face and held it. And he's like, "Look at this. This is amazing. This is what TV is."
Oh my God.
And he was like looking at, like I'm in the body of a whale suit. He's next to a clown.
A horse just went by on 8-back. Kirk was like, "A horse is on 8-back."
It felt electric every night. You would spend the whole day there, and you did something because a show happened, and you'd rehearse the bit with you earlier in the day, and everything was on camera for seconds. Yep. I mean, it was staring contest, whatever it was. So it was like you also could have like 15 people in, just only be on camera for like 5 seconds each. It was great.
I can't believe it was a definite era because we also had, it's crazy to think about it now, but we had money to spend.
Right.
Because we had a network. There weren't that many late night shows, bunch of people watching, advertisers. And so we would order up all this, not just livestock, but, we'd hire actors and we'd have things built and crazy contraptions. And then sometimes we'd just cut them at rehearsal and you'd see like a depressed, a depressed, whatever, Statue of Liberty made of sausages walking down the street. Bill Tull was up all night building that and it cost us $2,500. It cost the National Broadcasting Company $2,500, and I'm like, it doesn't quite work. It gets the laugh, but not the kind of laugh we want. You're out, Sausage Liberty. I was never thinking, what does America want? How can I appeal to America? It was, it's a very self-centered thing. It's this is the shit I like. I'm going to do it. If they stop it, well, that's too bad.
I always say like when people ask for advice, like how do I get into comedy or how do I do it? And it's like, it's less about how do you get in. It's more about finding a group of like-minded people that will support it, right? Because failing on stage with people who are all dressed in robot costumes is a lot easier than failing on stage as one person in a robot costume, And it's like, oh, you like it? Great. And if you like it, then I feel good, right? And I feel like that's.
And by the way, this is how cults thrive.
Now I do have 7 wives now, and they're very funny, and we all have a great. But yeah, like I think and I
but
always.
It is. You're exactly right. This is. There's something about if you're on stage alone in a robot costume. You are an asshole or insane. If you're up there with
wow, bold take.
If you're up there with 3 of your friends,
right,
and you're all dressed as robots, you're in the best situation you can have in this world.
By the way, you're reminding me of one of my epic failures, which was we were asked to do this show Stella. And in New York City, Stella was this like offshoot of what The State was. It was Michael Ian Black, David Wayne, and Michael Showalter. And it was like the most popular comedy show in New York. You'd see the biggest stand-ups get there.
It was like a modern Marx Brothers. I loved it.
Yes, it was this amazing show. And we got asked, our improv sketch group, Respecto Montalban, got asked to perform at this.
You really did not want an audience.
High barrier of entry.
Respecto Montalban.
You have to first acknowledge you get why it's funny that that's our name before you can enter the theater.
So we got asked to do a bit at the show. And we were like, this is a big deal. And so, of course, instead of doing a bit that we were sure of, we're like, we got to come up with a new bit that no one's ever seen. Essentially testing out a bit for the first time ever in front of the biggest people ever. And we decided we were going to be the Blue Man Group. So we painted our faces blue. Mm-hmm. We're in these costumes. And the whole idea was that we're doing our Blue Man Group bit and one audience member isn't laughing at us. And then we're like upset with that audience member. And that audience member is a plant. And we take her and we bring her backstage and you hear some yelling. And as we're backstage, it cuts to a video clip and it's us like killing her or like she accidentally falls on a pipe. She gets it through. She dies. And then we don't know what to do. And we have blood all over our blue faces and we come on out. The video machine did not work.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
So we go backstage and we're like, do you hear? I don't hear anything. Do you hear anything? Like, we don't hear anything. And we're rubbing blood all over our face and we're getting all ready. And then we hear, the projector doesn't work. And now we're blue and bloody. And we have no way to connect, like, from where the audience had seen us on stage to what the video was supposed to cover. And we can't talk because we're Blue Man Group. And we...
I forgot. You can't do a meta thing where you explain what was... No.
We were like, we are Blue Man Group. Right. We're doing this bit. But all of us were like, we can't break character. So we walk out covered in blood and blue. We just walked off stage and we just said, thank you. And then to complete and utter silence, audience did not know what happened. And we were crushed. But I remember, like, once we left that place, which we did immediately, you have to leave. If you bomb in a place,
you can never go back. And in fact, you have to have the place burned down.
Yeah, we were like, we need to commit arson here to
the actual Blue Man Group was shut down after that.
We got to find
these
guys.
They had to shutter for 3 years.
But I will never forget the feeling of sitting in a bar with mostly blue and blood. We haven't been able to clear it off our faces, sitting and drinking beers with these other people who are also like that. Just being like, well, at least it all went down together.
It's so funny that you bring that up, that world of bombing with an idea that you were in love with. And I have to say, there's the sting of bombing, but later, especially if you did it with other people, it can be one of the funniest things in the world. It's such a funny memory. And, me being on stage, on camera, doing a national show with an insane idea and it didn't land. And I know that people were welding last night to help make this work. There was actual,
unions were involved.
Engineers, unions, people had drawn plans and you're there and then, I guess, whatever, Hercules' toilet was pretty mad. And people are like, greet, 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 greet. And I have to say, there was always part of me that was secretly delighted. There's a show that goes on inside your own soul.
Right.
That's maybe the funniest show of all.
But then you have to continue to stay on stage because most people bomb and it's like, okay, next. And you have to be like, all right, we're back. And I imagine your tolerance for you have to digest it and then let it go immediately.
No, there's no tolerance. I have very low tolerance to this day. It's just, I might be a masochist, meaning it hurts a lot. Well, and I still don't brush things like that off easily. If something doesn't go well, or even if a small thing doesn't go well, I try to pass it off as, well, the audience got the show they got, or that's what happened.
Right.
But then I walk around for a week as if I've been shot by like a 22.
No,
not
yeah,
a big bullet.
you get a little shrapnel. I had a bit that, I look back on it now, but it was the worst bit. Seth Meyers was hosting the ESPYs.
Yep.
All right, so I have to put it in a little bit of context. During that year of the ESPYs, there was a riot that broke out after the NHL championship, and it was in Canada. And there was this very famous image of a guy cradling a woman, and it looked like he was kissing her.
Oh, I remember that.
Remember that?
Yeah,
and so
yeah,
it looked almost like that World War II photo of like the officer in the street.
The VJ did.
Yeah. So they're kissing in the middle of a riot. And Seth was like, okay, we'll do that bit. Like, this is going to be, we have so many famous people in the crowd. You know, there's Gronk, there's this guy, and we have the kissing couple from the riot. And so it was supposed to cut to me and Lennon Parham. Lennon's great comedian. And as it cuts to us, we're just kissing.
Right.
So now, as I explained that bit to you years later, that's how familiar the audience was with this bit. Yeah. So we start kissing.
Oh, no.
Crickets.
Oh.
Crickets.
So they didn't know the reference.
Didn't know the reference at all. They didn't show an image. They didn't do anything. They just said it. Now I'm sitting next to Brooklyn Decker, Jonah Hill, and I feel like Dwight Howard. You know, like we're in this like grouping of people, and cuts us dead silent. We're just making out, dead silence. Now the bit is contracted to happen 3 more times throughout the show. And so I go, well, they're clearly going to cut the bit coming back. No, they didn't cut the bit. And every single time it died, it almost like then the audience got mad. The second time it was like, they're doing this again? We didn't like this.
Yeah. No, we voted on this.
Yeah. This was
No, he is not to return to office.
Yeah. And so then the third time we're doing it again, now the audience is angry at us. And I will never forget this moment. We had worked our way from the seats all the way to the stage. It was the final act of the show. Seth killing it, everything working except for this bit. And I was going out there with Lennon. I'm like, okay, we got to do this one more time. And this is great. I'm watching Twitter just be like, this bit sucks. These guys suck. It's like, oh no. And we kiss, it gets nothing. And I walk off, and there's Jay Leno just standing off to the side of the stage, denim on top, denim on bottom. And goes, didn't work. And I was like, to have him, that was the end. I was like, yeah, it didn't work. It didn't work. Like I know it didn't work, but be told like Jay Leno was like, yeah. It was a mortifying experience. Never walked with my head so low.
Oh my God. And a sports audience too. I feel like they're even worse, right?
The hardest audience.
Aren't they hard?
Oh, but
not as hard as Leno.
Yeah. Look, at least he showed himself to be very supportive. That's the important thing. He does that too. He hangs outside operating rooms. And when the patient flatlines, he goes, didn't work. And the woman's crying. That's my husband of 35 years. Heart stop.
See you on Sunday. I'm doing a live show on Sunday.
I'll be at the car show.
He wasn't even performing at the ESPYs. He was just there.
Yeah. We couldn't save your son. Didn't work. So anyway, let's not get distracted or off on a tangent.
Sorry.
Humans are good. One of the funniest things, though, I don't know if it was the ESPYs or what, but it might have been the ESPYs, was I think it was Will Ferrell came out as Harry Carey.
Okay.
Have you ever seen this footage? He comes out as the Chicago announcer Harry Carey, who's got like a big way of talking, kind of like this with big fake teeth. And Harry Carey is just slamming doing jokes on different people, famous athletes in the audience, and they are not laughing. And they're insulted. And it's the funniest thing. It's great. It's great because, I mean, it's just like watching Snuff or something, but I'm enjoying.
Excuse me. Yeah.
How do you know?
Am I right about that? Which was it? Was it Jim?
1998 ESPYs. It was Will Ferrell as Harry Carey.
Yeah. Will Ferrell as Harry Carey. And I think he's saying things like, John Elway saved a lot of money because he he still didn't get his teeth fixed. And they'll cut to John Elway just staring. And I love it. I'm sorry. I apologize that people had a bad time that night, but I think it's wonderful.
I mean, it is.
You look at me like I'm a horrible person, but it's something about...
You don't like bombing, but you laugh at other people bombing?
No, I'm not. You're missing the point. I love what Will is doing.
Right,
I am
it's
pro Will.
It's
funny
really,
to you.
it's really funny to me. And I think even if I was doing that and people were angry, I think I'd be laughing inside. I'd be falling apart.
You'll appreciate this note. Norm Macdonald hosted that.
Yes,
year.
Norm Macdonald hosted, which is perfect. Yes, I knew Norm. Yeah, that's right. I knew that.
Norm did that bit for one of the roasts where he just did old roast jokes that were like 1950 style. And it was like, in a bombed in a room, it's one of my favorite things ever.
And that's the thing too, is there's bombing can be divine. So you've taken this love you have for sometimes niche ideas that could only exist if a certain kind of show is around. But now the world, I think, has grown with you, where you can do these podcasts, you can do these other projects that are phenomenally successful, and you don't have to make any kind of concession. The stuff that's in your head can be presented without any kind of filter. And it's like, how did this get made? Is you and your wife and Manzukis getting to do your thing.
It's just hanging out and just doing bits with friends. And I think you're right. Like this idea of getting to just make your own thing and playing to a niche audience. And, you know, and I think you can play to big audiences too, but like just being able to have an outlet where people like seeing the seams, like, you know, if that makes sense. I did this show with Rob Huebel called The Dark Web. Yeah. And we are now in a world where we've pretended that our studio has burnt to the ground. We've only been eating mustard and raw hot dogs. And now we have envisioned ourselves as hosts of a kids' YouTube show. And we've actually made it'll only be on kids' YouTube now. Mm-hmm. Like we got it approved by YouTube. Like I'm like,
did they do any research on you?
Well, we were literally like,
almost full circle back to the robot show.
I mean, 100%. Like we did a full kid show, and YouTube has like been very supportive, but like you just can't associate it with the other thing. But it's like, yeah, we just get to go down this weird path. And I don't know. I mean, it's for. I guess the idea is like you're not making it for anyone, but you're making it for that you think it's funny. Yeah. And I feel like it's so hard because people will tell you a million times like, oh, that doesn't work. I remember one person. When I was doing a sketch show for Fox, they were like, oh, that's not funny. And that's a hard note to get because it's the only thing that it could be funny to me. It's not funny to you. It's like, there's no one baseline of funny. No one ever says like, that's not dramatic. It's like, oh yeah, like you know, dramas don't get judged the same way comedies do. I think it's weird.
If they just put, I don't think that's funny.
Right.
That saves, that makes them much more human to me. And then at least we can have a conversation.
Yeah. And I don't think everybody needs to find everything funny. Like, you know, it's like you look at certain comedians, they'll sell out an arena and it's like, that may not be my cup of tea, but clearly it's working. I don't think that they're not funny. It's just like, it's not for me.
Right.
You know, but then you also get to, I think when you get those bigger things through, it's insane. I did a thing for Adult Swim. Mike Lazzo used to let us make 3 a.m. infomercials. And he's like, whatever, as long as you just like, it's got to be weird. And so I said to him, I was like, I want to make one where it's just like a hotel TV. Like it just looks like you're in a hotel room. And this is like an ad for the hotel that you're in. And he's like, all right. And we got Ray Wise to host this thing. It was a hotel that was clearly built on Native American land, and they have come back to haunt this hotel, and the transmission's getting like altered throughout it, and they're being told like to leave the hotel, and he's very much like Steve Wynn, like come in here and you'll get a massage, and you'll die, and you'll die here, and like, and, you know, and it was like, and we could make a 15-minute long thing for, I mean, whoever's up at 3 a.m.
Well, that was too the magic of, when you mentioned 3 a.m., the magic of making things and people will find it or they won't.
Right.
That's kind of a magic thing where, you know, we were on at 12:30 and till 1:30. And I just always think that time slot helped us a lot.
Right.
Because there was no internet. People were seeing it and often thinking, is this really happening? Or am I just, you know...
Right. It's sort of like you're getting a mentality. Like I used to love doing like these 11 p.m. shows, because anyone who comes out for an 11 p.m. show is up for something completely different than people coming out for a 7:30 or an 8 o'clock show.
Right.
And it's like, so if you're up at 12:30, you're down to go.
I had a different way of thinking of it, which is it's your fault. If you're up at 12:30, you are complicit in this crime. And get ready for some apes on a beach. Because you should be sleeping, you creep. So on the show, How Did This Get Made, which I did once, and I think we did How Did This...
Look Who's Talking.
Look Who's Talking 2.
Yes.
I think it was the second one.
Yes. 200. Or TOO, sorry.
That was crazy, what you just did. That was clearly insane. This man's having a seizure. But that feels like it would be the gift that just keeps on giving. The podcast is massively successful. There's no shortage of movies where you would say, how did this get made? And they keep making more of them.
Well, I think that's the thing that we've loved is, that everything gets started with the best intentions. Any movie that I've been on, it's like, oh, this is going to be good. This is going to be, we don't see it, but it's going to be good. It's like no one goes in being like, this is a stinker.
I think sometimes they do, but mostly not. Mostly not.
Yeah. So you go into it and you're like, and I think what's so funny is that we try to look at it from that point of view, like, well, this was the best of all. Everyone's trying to make something here, and then all of a sudden your budget gets slashed and you just get ripped apart. And when we watch these shows like Jason Takes Manhattan, that's Friday the 13th, part 8.
Yeah.
He is in Manhattan for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's Canada.
All right. Walk me through this movie. Okay. I don't know this one. So take me through it, and Matt, jump in. Right, this is your terrain.
It's Friday the 13th, part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan.
Okay.
It is taking place primarily on a senior cruise as they leave Crystal Lake, which I guess connects.
That's the big mystery, is how Crystal Lake, heretofore a small mountain lake, suddenly connects to the Hudson River.
Yes. And they're on a 2-night cruise to get to New York.
So it's a cruise that goes from a lake in Canada, maybe,
from New Jersey,
technically,
yes.
Technically,
and and everyone loves a cruise that starts in a lake in New Jersey and makes its way, probably partially overland.
Yeah, they have to get out
and gets
push
to
the
Manhattan.
boat.
Yeah, everyone
it's
else.
the Werner Herzog movie.
And it's not a attractive cruise liner. It's a barge. It does look like a barge.
It's very much the ship they could get for the movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
And do they try and make this ship look like something that people would want to
try as a charitable word?
Yeah, I've got to see this.
Because it's like an engine room they go into at one point.
Yes, and they also have a disco, which is very small, but is the most unappealing disco. It's like a disco in an old age home. That's what it kind of feels like. Yes. It feels like, and they also are trying not to make it too violent. So all the deaths are very just push you.
Except the one guy gets his head punched off.
Yes. A boxer.
Punched off?
Punched off.
Yeah.
By Jason.
Yeah. So Jason takes on a boxer. And the boxer's trying to box him?
Yeah, the boxers, that's actually, I would argue, the funniest part of the film.
I have a soft spot for this movie.
Yeah, there are some good moments in it. There's a lot of cocaine within the characters in the film. They're on cocaine, so their reactions to Jason are odd as well. They're a little bit more ready to fight this man.
Right.
They're old people? Did you say they're old people?
Well, I mean, this is a weird thing of 80s movies. Everyone who is in high school looks about 35. Yeah. And they might actually be young. I don't know. Aging has changed in a way. But it
actually has. It has. No, you look at a movie and like a gnarled old Humphrey Bogart, I'll tell you something, kid, and you really see it. You'll look it up, and he was 34.
Yeah.
What was it? What? Wilford Brimley in Cocoon was only like
49.
40.
No, he's much younger than they put a picture up of Wilford Brimley from Cocoon or The Natural, and they'll say he's like 8 years younger than Paul Rudd.
Yes.
And in the picture of Paul Rudd, he looks like he looks like a scoop of sherbet. He's delicious.
Well, I mean, I always think about like Lethal Weapon. Danny Glover's character is like, I'm too old for this shit.
Yeah.
He was 42.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, all right. Yeah. And he's the old man.
I think we live in an era where we don't really grow up. We didn't go off and fight World War II.
Right.
Yeah, that's
true.
We
didn't start smoking when we were 15. We didn't have to. We didn't get shot at.
We didn't live a hard life.
Yeah, we then didn't, drink ourselves into oblivion every night after our soul-crushing job. We're on, let's improvise!
Let's get on stage and be robots.
Yeah, let's be robots on stage, but first my smoothie! Yay!
How much? $15 for a smoothie? What a bargain.
What a bargain!
That is a bargain.
Well, time to get into my little electric car and go home. Yum, 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 9 hours of sleep. Yum, 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 yum. Where's my apps? Boo! I can't believe I can't find one. Oh, there it is!
What the hell?
That's the whole world now.
It is. It's weird.
And I'm not doing the old man thing. I'm that guy.
No, I mean, look, I did something weird. We have a trick or trunk at my kids' school where you can you decorate your trunk like a haunted
Doing one
house.
Friday, yeah.
Oh yeah, so, yeah. And
Anything that involves kids in the trunk of your car.
I'm
sorry.
Get in there.
It's a little thing we do with kids in trunks.
I was told.
A trick or trunk?
Oh, I was.
We call it a trunk or treat.
Oh, okay. So maybe
I call it kidnapping. we all have our different fun names for it.
I did get in trouble 1 year for my trunk or treat, which was I thought this would be a really funny idea.
And you do need to explain what trunk
Yes.
is, because I still don't know what it is. It sounds creepy.
So basically what it is on Halloween Day, it's a chance for the kids at a school, probably up to like 6th grade, to trick or treat with their classmates. All the parents come, they pop their trunk, they decorate their trunks in different ways.
I see, right.
So, like one person has a Star Wars trunk, one person has, My Little Pony trunk, whatever it is. And it's cute. The kids go around from trunk to trunk, and it's a little bit of a Halloween parade. I never knew about it. It didn't happen to me when I was a kid.
Didn't exist.
No,
Yeah.
didn't exist. Yeah.
So this is like a special thing. It's kind of great to go to school and do it. I volunteer every year. I love doing it. And in the beginning, I was like, well, part of it is supposed to be scary, right? And no, the answer is no. These are for young children. It should not be scary for them.
I learned that the hard way, too.
And so I thought it would be funny.
The theme of your life seems to be I didn't get the memo. What I didn't know.
that these little preschoolers didn't need to be scared. Now, I thought it would be funny that I set up a San Diego zoo. And the way I set up the zoo is I got like some stanchions, I got a zoo uniform, and I also got a gorilla costume. Now,
you mean you stole our gorilla costume?
I took it, I kept it, and I was like, one day.
Yeah.
And I thought it would be funny to take my brother-in-law, strip him down to his underwear and undershirt, put him in the back of my car as if he was in a cage, and then me as the ape put on the San Diego Zoo uniform. And I was like waving the kids over.
Wow, so you're making social commentary as well here for preschoolers.
Yeah.
Wow.
So my brother-in-law's trapped in a cage, like, help, help. And I'm like, hey, check out, here he is. And kids were scared of the ape who would kidnap the human.
Yeah. Did they cry?
There was a few kids that were very afraid to come to my trunk. And I had to be, he's okay. But we did mess up my brother-in-law's face, so he looked like he had been in a fight with me as well.
You still didn't learn. So you bloodied him, as you did backstage with the taped piece.
If you can't scare kids on Halloween, then what can you do?
No.
Stripped his clothes off.
Yeah, well, and then
If you can't terrify a 3-year-old, what kind of country do we have?
my son now always will say to me, he's like, you can't make it scary. Don't make it scary again. Like, I guess he had gotten some flack from other kids in the school that I went too hard on the trunk or treat.
So what are you doing this year?
This year, I'm keeping it simple. It's an alien theme.
Like the movie Alien?
No.
Oh, okay.
An alien is going to be popping out of my car, and I am somebody who works at Area 51, but I got one of those inflatable costumes. So the alien is grabbing me, and I'm like, my hands are like, waving around.
You did it again. You did it again.
I don't know if that's going to help.
Yeah.
It's not going to work.
Yeah.
And I'm covered in acid and my face is melting.
Oh my God. Okay. Well,
anyway, Jason Part 8, you should watch it. I think you would like it. We should bring you on.
Jason Takes Manhattan.
Yes,
Yeah,
Jason.
and they shoot about 3 minutes of B-roll in New York, and
Yes.
the rest is Vancouver.
Okay. One of my personal favorites, and we may have discussed this, but the Death Wish movies are fantastic,
Oh,
but but the further you go, the later you get in the canon of Death Wishes.
Canon films.
Yeah, the more insane it gets. And there's one, I don't remember which Death Wish it is, but I watched it with our writer, Matt O'Brien. And I just was, the whole time I was in heaven, we were watching it together. And and a bunch of old people live in an apartment complex. Okay. And then whatever, they hear a lot of yelling and shouting and noise, and they look out the window, and a motorcycle gang has taken over the neighborhood, and they've surrounded the apartment building, and the old people are trapped inside. And one of them, they're terrified, and they don't want to go out. They don't know what to do. They're trapped. They're old. They're scared. And they pick up the phone. They make a phone call, and then cut to, JFK Airport. A plane lands. Charles Bronson gets out.
Oh,
no, actually, I think specifically he rides the bus. It was so low budget. The movie, and also the movie was so low budget they didn't even want to pay for plane landing footage. So he gets off a bus at the Port Authority, and it's Manhattan.
Yeah,
he gets in. He's in the 30s. He gets into a cab. He starts driving. He starts driving north, and the cab's driving along, and then they cut, and suddenly the cab. It's still supposed to be in Manhattan, like up north in Manhattan, like 150th Street. But I think they're now shooting on a soundstage, or they're in Syria. But
Bronson had a contract thing where he wouldn't leave California.
He wouldn't leave California
because his wife was there.
Okay,
Jill
thank
Ireland.
you. Thank God you're here, because I swear to God, it switches to a completely different ecosystem, an arid desert that exists, and there's some fragments of a sidewalk. And then Charles Bronson shows up, and his solution, he meets with the old people and has tea, and then he decides, don't worry, I'll help you. And so he has a concealed, magnum, and he walks around killing them. Well, and it's insane.
He's so brutal, and he lacks the charm of like Liam Neeson. Like when Liam Neeson's like fighting off 15 people, it's like he's got something. Like Charles Bronson just looks like, I'm gonna shoot this guy's head off. That's it. Like it's just like, and it's violent. By the way, speaking of insane ideas, there was a show I just saw it here in Los Angeles at Comedy Theater called Bronson Tonight, and it's Charles Bronson hosting a show as his Death Wish character.
Is the impression good?
It's great.
Oh wow!
And his monologue jokes are, they're labored, but they're stories about running into these gangs of toughs out in the street. But he's trying his best to host a very traditional talk show. He had an animal person on the show, and he's interviewing karate people. But it really scratched an itch that I needed to be scratched to watch that.
Dana Gould, who's absolutely hilarious, does Dr. Zaius as a talk show host.
So funny.
And it is note perfect. He's just fantastic. And and what I love about the kind of comedy we're talking about and the kind of comedy that you've dedicated your life to, and wrongly, I think.
Yeah, of course. Very wrong. It should be.
You come up with a premise, and it's just a big horse pill, and you get them to swallow it, and then you're good.
Right.
So Dr. Zaius has a talk show. Charles Bronson has a late night talk show.
Conan O'Brien has a talk
show. No, it really is the same idea, which is someone who shouldn't have a show has a show. But I think comedy tastes have, I don't want to say that they've evolved, but they maybe have de-evolved or devolved. They, to the point where there's all this kind of attenuated, really cool, concept-heavy comedy that people will turn out for, and they'll watch. And then there are shows like BoJack Horseman, or really South Park. I mean, to think that South Park is one of the most influential shows. It's been on for 30 years. I mean,
do you remember when I remember getting like a wave file of just like the Christmas card, because it started off as a Christmas card.
I got a pass along VHS tape before that show was on. Yeah.
So it was and it was a comedy currency. And I mean, that even started for me, for lack of a better, the Jerky Boys was like the tape that everyone passed around, and you'd be like, "Oh, have you heard it? Have you?"
And then it became a movie, and I remember thinking, how could this be a movie? And then I watched it and I thought, it can't be a movie.
No way.
I just answered my own question.
But that kind of that kind of thing is really interesting. The way that people find each other, or you want to like share.
But it's fascinating now that I mean, whatever we're doing here, we really enjoy doing it. It's fun. We're not trying to please anyone. We're just I think, enjoying each other's company and talking to people and going off on weird tangents. And it is become very successful. And I'm only bringing it up because I do think things have changed drastically from the way they were 20, 30 years ago.
I think it's like important to be able to explore anything, because anything can be a good idea or a bad idea. It's all in the execution of it, right? Like, because it's like you may hear something like, ooh, that will never, ever work. But it can, but you have to, I think so many people are in this business, there's like this gatekeeping of like, you can't, no one will ever like that. But if you can actually execute it your own way and show people, no, actually it works, then I don't know. That's what I think performing on stage, what I love performing on stage is like, you still get a chance to, no one can say no to that. And no one can say no to making a video. No one can say no to us making a show for YouTube Kids, if we wanted to do it. And I think that
someone should.
Someone should. I mean, technically, we will be arrested. We will be arrested.
Someone should intervene.
But I think that's like, it's, because it's hard to sometimes explain that nuance, like why that would work, why that's interesting.
Well, a bunch of this you can't explain. You just have to do it, and the proof is in the pudding. You just have to, you do it, and then people are laughing.
Right.
And they immediately accept, oh, that was great. I always knew that would work.
Right, exactly.
And that's why I would be terrified to be an executive.
Oh, yeah.
Because if someone said, hey, Conan, you've been in comedy a long time, and why don't you, we'll give you this job at, Paramount or Warner Brothers, and you'll look at things and tell us if they'll be successful or not. I don't know. Well, it looks like a funny idea to me, but then you try, it could be terrible.
There's a great thing that gets passed around every now and then. Paul Thomas Anderson's Boogie Nights. It's script coverage of Boogie Nights. And it's like, this movie is terrible. The characters are awful. It's too long. And it's like this long thing written by a studio person about why they were passing on this script. And it's the script that he shot. And you have to look at it and be like, oh yeah, not everyone's going to see.
What if they found out that the guy who wrote the coverage had a small penis? And it was all just rage. This is terrible. No one could have a penis over 2 inches. What is this, science fiction? What is that? He has a third leg? I don't think so. Penises are tiny and they don't get bigger when you're attracted to something. And you go to doctors and they can't do a thing. Awful. Boo.
Pass on this.
And then, what movies did he? What movies did you like? I liked The Tales of Little Wee Wee. This amiable chap with a 1-inch pee-pee nails 7 broads in one night, because that's the way ladies like it.
Oh my God.
All right, I should wrap this up, but let's get that made.
I'm ready to make the
put it on YouTube Kids.
Yeah.
No.
Paul, thank you so much for stopping in. You're hilarious, and it was a lucky day when our paths crossed. And I'm just very happy that you are wildly successful with all these really funny projects.
Oh, thanks so much.
And I say onward. Go onward.
Well, this is one of my favorite shows to listen to, and you're just the best. And talking about comedy, I just want to say that your travel show is truly, like, I think this, like, one of the things that makes me laugh so hard. Because
good. Oh, thanks.
It to me is like this, yes, you're amazing in this, you're hilarious, but that, like, it feels like you get to do this awesome sketch show that's like globetrotting that you don't ever get to see.
It's you know what? There are times where it's really hard and I'm in a van.
Yeah.
And you're in a hot tropical climate and you're thinking, I'm no spring chicken. I'm still in a van and someone's telling me, okay, jump out here in this toga and tackle that guy over there who doesn't know you and somehow make it funny. But it's also, I'm constantly stepping outside my body and going, what are you doing? But I really love it. And I mostly love it's improv with people in other lands who often don't know who I am.
Right.
And they don't even really speak English. But my happiest moments are if I can make a little kid laugh or someone who doesn't know who I am and doesn't speak English laugh because we're doing something pretty primal, then I'm happy.
It's just cool to know that as much as you like, I have a lot of respect for people who still get up and try to do it. Like you're doing, like, you don't have to be traveling all around the world.
I do
in a van.
financially. They didn't tell you on the way in? I'm a terrible gambler.
Oh, man, I made so many bets on this episode even. I don't even know. Well,
I bet $2 million that Paul will come in wearing a tank top. No!
Oh, man. FanDuel presents Conan Needs a Friend. Over on under, and when it ends in seconds? Okay. I gave money here, too.
And then I'm arrested because I clearly control when it ends. Okay. No, Paul, tell me that's. Oh, wait, don't tell me. It's over. Bye.
Not long ago on an episode, we were talking about how Sona was going to be a featured speaker and Q&A subject on a panel for an assistants convention.
Yes.
And I think we want to follow up and see how that went.
I want to find out how did it go? The assistants convention.
Here's the thing. If you are going to go to like a summit or a convention, go to one that assistants run. Because anything you need is like within arm's reach.
Oh, I bet.
They think of everything that you might need. I was like, at one point, I was like, I think I have something in my tooth. And I turned around and there was just dental floss.
Oh, I thought you were going to say there's an extra tooth.
Oh, you thought I was just going to take a tooth?
That's how good these assistants are. There's a slight gap between my molar and my incisor. Here's a tooth. Well, I'm just curious. Okay, let's set the table.
Yes.
This was a convention that you were invited to speak at.
Yes.
An assistants convention.
Yeah.
And it's run by assistants?
Yes.
Oh.
So the person who, I mean, I don't know how much she wants me to give away, but the person who started the organization used to work for Dick Costello, who started Twitter.
Yeah, okay.
And so it's all very tech heavy. They all work for like founders or CEOs or CTOs of like tech companies. So they're real, the people they assist are like real people as opposed to like
some late night clown. No, you can say it.
It's just, I feel like the stakes for them are really high because they're like massive billion-dollar corporations that their bosses
And so
run.
what did they ask you and what did you say?
Yeah,
I really do think it felt like I was like a party clown they hired.
Isn't this cute?
To give some levity to it. I really do think that's what I was there for. It was a really
because
fun
no one
Q&A.
wants to hear you say, well, here are the 10 rules about being a good assistant. No one wants to hear that from you.
What do you?
I would like to hear that. What are the 10 rules of being an assistant?
Give them enough material to riff off of.
Yeah. If your boss has one glass of wine, you have 3 on his dime. Make reservations in his name and then bring your dog to the restaurant.
Okay.
And you know that they won't toss you out.
Yeah. Look for restaurants with at least $4 signs next to them because you know he's going to be putting it on no car and you're not paying for it. I had a lot of fun. It was beautifully organized.
Get good laughs?
I got good laughs. I told like some really solid stories from our time working together.
I bet, yeah.
And they loved it. There's a lot of people who love you. They love you.
I love this convention.
Yeah, it
How
was
come they wouldn't
really
let me
cool.
come speak?
Why you have to overshadow me?
You're right.
I mean, you're not an assistant. Why would you be there?
You know what? They did invite me first, and I said, "Why don't you let Sona have a little of the
Then they
sunlight?"
invited me too. Isn't that weird?
No, they invited you first.
Yes.
You said no.
Yeah.
I said I want, and then I gave it to you.
It was perfectly organized. Great people. I really had a really fun time. It was awesome.
Now, while you were doing it, were you thinking, I could do more of these?
Yes. I want to do it.
But I talked to you about this. This is an avenue for you. I like you to prosper.
Yeah.
Not too much, but I like you to get ahead in the world.
Yeah.
And I think about my godchildren, your 2 kids.
Mm-hmm.
I want them to be able to go to college and stuff. So this is What?
But, I mean, yeah, I know what you mean, but you made it sound like I can't do that now, and I need to.
Destitute.
You spend so much on gummies.
I spend. You know what? You're making a joke.
I'm not making a joke.
But I spend.
How much you spend on gummies?
I love that you're
Like, at
whispering
least-
into a very expensive microphone.
At least like $250 every time I order.
How often do you order? Daily?
Like daily? You think I buy $250
I don't know.
worth of
You're
gummies
losing teeth at
daily?
these conventions.
Oh my God!
But
No,
okay, so how much are you ingesting? Would you have one a night? Do you have two a night?
No. I do like a 1, maybe 5. If I'm feeling crazy, a 10 milligram at night after the boys sleep.
Just say 10 mil, yeah.
So you
Don't
do
say
like
mil.
250 every 2 weeks, or
Maybe even longer than that.
Let me
Like,
see. Every 3 weeks?
it's like maybe a monthly expense is $250 to $300 on gummies.
Have you had a situation
So
where
we're talking $3,600 a year on gummies?
Why'd you do that?
I'm just as your accountant.
Yeah,
now she needs another gummy to
That's
calm
a
down?
lot.
So now she's
so
feeling
you're saying
anxious.
I should do speaking engagements just to pay for my gummies?
Yeah.
Okay.
But also, I'm saying you have a big life. You like the good things in life, and you're going to want more. This is an avenue for you, and you could be right up front about it when you do speaking engagements. Like, this is paying for my gummies.
Yeah, that's true. I thought about it, but then I don't want to do like Exxon. I don't want to go. They don't want
Do
me
you know
to.
what they pay?
Oh,
bet a lot.
That's a lot of money.
I bet it is.
No, I started out with principals, and then I was like, I was on stage like, yeah, you guys make the landmines that keep
you don't have to tell us you're doing a podcast.
keep
for God's
America
sake.
keep America moving.
Oh no.
No, I don't do that stuff.
You should do gummy conventions.
Do you think they have them? I bet. Like
They have
they're-
assistance conventions.
Well, I know, but those they
You know
they
what?
know how to.
No one
plan 'em.
shows up at the gummy convention. Just a bunch of empty seats. One guy staggers in. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying this is an avenue for you that you should pursue.
I would love to do more of these speaking engagements. I think maybe like 5 a year would be great. Just to make some extra scratch. It would
You
be
gotta
fun.
make your scratch if you're going to get those
You gotta
gums.
But I don't know who would want me other than assistants.
Oh, you kidding? No, there's so many people you could talk to. I mean, the Armenian community would always like to hear from you.
Yeah, I do a lot of Armenian stuff. I MC
But do you get
galas.
paid?
I don't get paid for those.
Oh, that's right.
I don't get paid for any of those because a lot of them are nonprofit. Like, what am I going to do? Ask my people for pay me money?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, okay.
Say, cough it up. Let's go.
No, you wouldn't do it.
No.
You do how many charity events? You don't get paid for those.
No. I
Yeah.
always try and hit him up later on.
Oh.
I go by the children's hospital and I say, "Where's my money? Please, sir. I have no leg."
But
yeah.
you know what? It's funny being in a room with all these really professional people. It does make me feel like I wasn't a real assistant. Like I was an assistant to a very important figure in but
You lost me on that one.
no, I am. You are a very big important figure, and then. But they're like in a complete. It's like meeting, Michelle Obama's assistant.
Yeah, exactly.
Who spoke there the year before I did.
That's so great that they went from Michelle Obama's assistant to you.
Yes.
Yes, she's got like important places to be, important things to do.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's cool. And
Yeah.
I wrote a book called The World's Worst Assistant, and they asked me to be there. It was
cool.
really fun. It was cool. I liked
All right,
it a
well,
lot.
if you've got a gig and you're hiring, Sona Movsesian's here. Call 555-2222. That
Okay.
number again is 555-2222.
Thanks for your help, boss. Thank you. That's
No
very
problem.
nice.
Those calls are coming in to a fake phone that exists only in TV and movies.